Recently, I got a chance to sit down with a veteran in the media industry and tour the National Communication Network of Guyana, seeing their studios and broadcast equipment for radio. If you're looking to do meaningful work in the media industry, this video is sure to give you insight.
Thank you for having me. My name is Michella Abraham Ali. In my current capacity, I am the Deputy Chief Executive Officer of the State Broadcaster of Guyana. We call ourselves the National Communications Network. The acronym is NCN, and we're online and we're terrestrial. I started in this profession 2 decades ago. I started off as a trainee announcer producer. I moved my way up the ladder slowly but surely. I had the privilege of being the highest officer for this company from 2020 to 2021. I was the interim chief executive officer before I was given this substantial post.
Tell us, what was your why? Like, why did you want to get into this? What fueled you to go higher and higher?
So there's an interesting backstory for that because I come from a place called Napi Village. That's all the way in the Rupununi, the southern, if you look at our beautiful map, we're all the way at the bottom of the map, south of the country. It's called the Rupununi, savannas and waterfalls and natural scenery. So that's where I spent my first 11 years as a child, swimming and climbing and just enjoying childhood. And then I came to live on the coast to attend my secondary school. I attended then St. Stanislaus College. And so I think my friends at St. Stanislaus College used to find me fascinating when I spoke about the Rupununi, when I spoke about my life growing up there. I was uninteresting otherwise, except when I was speaking about that. So when I started radio, I used that conduit to share about the Rupununi. I always had something on radio about the Rupununi. And that basically has carried me through 2 decades. I'm always sharing about people, about places, about developments. And so the why is always about somebody else, someplace else. Me having an opportunity, the microphone, a camera later down in my career to tell somebody else's story, to give somebody else the requisite promotion that they need for what they're doing, whether it's work, whether it's service, whether it's just a story that can inspire somebody else going through challenging times. And I've done the whole gamut, you name it. I have covered fires, I have covered babies born on Christmas Day, I have been on an accident scene, I've covered election results, I've done the routine things. I've gone to the marketplace, I've talked to vendors about, I've gone to fish, I've gone on a boat out in the Atlantic Ocean to interview fishermen and for them to tell us how their work is and the challenges of working in that kind of industry. And in my latter years, I've had a chance to travel this country, which is probably what many Guyanese are unable to do, learn more about their country. So that why I think it's pride in being who I am as somebody with an indigenous background, but then just a lover of this place that we call home, Guyana.
Yeah. How do you find messaging that's valuable and that needs to be shared to all society? And how do you go about pursuing and helping those whose messages need to be shared and heard?
I believe the first thing is to recognize how authentic that story is. And anybody can bluff, and the technology helps us to bluff easily. So how do you determine the authenticness of a person, a cause, a situation? I think I've had my fair share of encountering persons who have not been authentic all the time. They have an opportunity to showcase themselves and they sell themselves, which everybody will try to do at some point. But then there has to be something greater than who you are. And I believe this profession allows us to wean that out of people, find who is authentic and their work as being helpful and meaningful and life-changing rather than just a one-shot at fame. And if we can figure that out, we know that. So obviously we've got to do our research. This is the business of research. No fly-by-night can come to us and say, oh, this is what I do, this is how popular I am. You do all of the groundwork. And if you're seeing that things are not panning out, then it's not, you just have to know that, is this person authentic? Is this person real? Or is this cause for real? Or is it just, somebody's personal gain? And I think when we can do that, Akil, and we find that this is worth sharing, it's worth going, really just hammering down what it is, who can benefit, who and how far reaching that benefit can go, that makes all of the difference. Instead of just jumping at every opportunity you have, somebody comes to say, well, I do this and I can do that. Many people think that they can do wonderful things, but not all of us are doing wonderful things. Some of us, we're doing it just because it brings us personal gain. Then this profession is never about me. You have to think about other people, because how do you get interesting content if it's only you all the time? You have to find the stories, you have to find the places, you have to find the issues that matter. And if you're just sitting in a nice air-conditioned studio and you're waiting for it to come to you, then there are people going to come behind and fly past you. And that's what we keep, trying to build in our own staff. We've got some really good persons. We've got persons we want to keep working on. But like me, I think I was a work in progress. I am still a work in progress, 2 decades into the profession. And then you recognize that, yes, every day provides a learning opportunity for you. And you see it like that rather than say, oh, I've arrived. I'm the biggest thing on TV or radio. You're never that. There's always going to be somebody who's going to be better than you at some point. How do you stay unique? How do you stay authentic? It's investing in yourself. Just trying all the time not to be like somebody else. I don't want to be like Oprah Winfrey. You have to be you, your best version of Michella. What is Michella interested in, and how is Michella telling the stories of other people? Is it always about me, me, me? No, it can't be about me. It has to be about the other people.
Thank you so much, Michelle, for sharing that. It was really good insight. And I really like that you pointed out a lot of our work is service and helping uplift other people.